Dr. Ferdy Pacheco held up the X-ray. Muhammad Ali's rib. Clear fracture line running through the bone like a lightning strike. How bad? Ali asked. He was sitting on the examination table in the back of the 5th Street gym. Shirtless. Trying not to breathe too deep because breathing hurt. Bad enough that you shouldn't be training. Bad enough that you definitely shouldn't be fighting. You need 6 weeks minimum. Maybe 8. The Norton fight is in 5 weeks. Then you're not fighting Norton. Not with this rib. One good body shot and it goes from cracked to completely broken. Punctured lung. Internal bleeding. Hospital. Maybe worse. Angelo Dundee paced the small room. Angry. Frustrated. How'd this happen? You were sparring. Light work. How does light work crack a rib? Ali knew how. He'd known the moment Eddie Russo's punch landed. The way it came in. The angle. The power. The precision. That wasn't a sparring punch. That was a hunting punch. Meant to find and break. It was an accident, Ali said quietly. Bullshit. Angelo shot back. I watched that punch. Watched Eddie throw it. That was deliberate. It was an accident, Ali repeated. Firmer this time. Because he needed Angelo to stop talking. Needed the doctor to stop asking questions. Needed time to think. Doctor. Pacheco looked between them. You two know something I don't? No, Ali said. Just bad luck. Wrong place, wrong punch. These things happen. The doctor wasn't buying it. But he'd been Ali's doctor long enough to know when to stop pushing. 6 weeks. Minimum. No training. No sparring. Definitely no fighting. I'll think about it. Mohammed. I said I'll think about it. Ali stood up. Winced. The rib screamed. Thanks, Doc. I'll call you tomorrow. Dr. Pacheco packed his bag. Left shaking his head. Muttering about stubborn fighters and early graves. Angelo waited until the door closed. Tell me what's really going on. Not here. Then where? My place. Tonight. After everyone's gone. Mohammed. If someone. Tonight, Angelo. Not here. Because Ali knew. Knew the gym had ears. Knew people watched. Knew that Eddie Russo's accident was just the opening move in a game Ali didn't understand yet. But he was about to learn. That night, as Ali drove home with fire in his ribs and ice in his gut, a black Lincoln followed him. 3 cars back. Careful. Professional. Ali noticed it after the 3rd turn. Same headlights. Same distance. Same patience. He wasn't surprised. He'd been expecting something. The question was what. He pulled into his apartment complex. The Lincoln parked across the street. Waited. Ali got out of his car slowly. Every movement negotiating with pain. Looked directly at the Lincoln. At the silhouettes inside. One door opened. A man stepped out. 60 years old. Expensive suit. Silver hair that caught the streetlight. He didn't walk toward Ali. Just stood there. Waiting. Ali understood the language. This was an invitation. A request for conversation. He could go inside. Lock his door. Call the police. Say a strange car was following him. But police couldn't help with what was coming. Police dealt with crimes. This wasn't a crime yet. This was business. And business required different tools. Ali walked toward the Lincoln. Each step a statement. Each breath a reminder that someone had already hurt him once today. The man smiled as Ali approached. Mr. Ali, thank you for accepting my invitation. Didn't know I had a choice. Everyone has choices. Some are just more expensive than others. The man extended his hand. Vincent Casella. I represent certain business interests in the Northeast. Sports entertainment. Hospitality. Investment opportunities. Ali didn't shake his hand. What do you want? Vincent lowered his hand. Not offended. Just noting. Direct. I appreciate that. Saves time. He gestured to the Lincoln. Can we talk in the car? More private. We can talk right here. In the middle of a parking lot? Where anyone can see. Anyone can hear. That's the point. Vincent studied Ali for a moment. Then smiled. Smart. You're thinking. If something happens to me out in the open, There's witnesses. There's exposure. There's risk for me. You're right. So let me ease your mind. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you understand your situation. What situation? The one where you have a cracked rib 5 weeks before the biggest fight of your career. The one where a sparring partner you barely know sent you to the doctor. The one where you're about to make some very important decisions about your future. Ali felt his jaw tighten. Eddie works for you. Eddie is an independent contractor who sometimes does work for various organizations. Today he did work that benefited my organization. Tomorrow he might do work that benefits someone else. That's how the economy works. He cracked my rib. He provided a service. And now I'm here to discuss the terms of ongoing service. Or the terms of ending service. Your choice. I don't do business with people who hurt me. Then you don't do business with boxing. Every opponent hurts you. Every sparring partner risks hurting you. The question isn't whether you get hurt. The question is whether the hurt serves a purpose. Whether it's profitable. Whether it's controlled. Vincent pulled an envelope from his jacket. Handed it to Ali. Inside this envelope is $50,000. Cash. Consider it a consulting fee. All you have to do is postpone the Norton fight. Take time to heal. Let that rib recover properly. In 6 weeks, you reschedule. You fight. You win or lose on your own merits. And we part ways having never had any conflict. Ali looked at the envelope. Didn't take it. And if I don't postpone? Then Eddie comes back. And next time it's not a rib. It's something that ends your career. Detached retina. Broken jaw. Shattered hand. Pick your poison. But either way, you don't fight Norton. You don't risk our investment. You don't cost us money. Your investment. We have substantial bets on Norton winning. Very substantial. And we were comfortable with those bets until we saw you training last week. Saw how sharp you looked. How fast. How dangerous. And we realized Muhammad Ali might actually win this fight. And that would be very expensive for us. So we took preventative measures. Eddie was preventative measure number 1. This conversation is preventative measure number 2. There won't be a number 3. Number 3 is final. Ali felt fire in his ribs, ice in his veins, rage in his chest, but he kept his voice calm. You're threatening me. I'm explaining economics. You're an intelligent man. You understand how money works, how investment works, how people protect their investments. This is just business. Business don't crack ribs, doesn't it? Every business has occupational hazards. Yours just happens to be violence. We're using your own occupational hazard against you. That's not personal. That's strategy. Vincent put the envelope back in his jacket. You've got 48 hours to announce you're postponing the Norton fight. Medical reasons. Doctor's orders. Completely legitimate. If you don't, Eddie comes back. And brings friends. And your gym becomes a very dangerous place to train. Not just for you. For everyone. Angelo. Your sparring partners. The kids who sweep floors. Everyone. Ali stepped closer. Close enough to smell Vincent's cologne. Expensive. European. The smell of money and violence dressed in silk. Let me tell you something about Muhammad Ali. Ali said quietly. I refused to go to Vietnam. Lost my title. Lost my money. Lost 3 years of my prime. All because I wouldn't compromise. You think $50,000 buys me? You think Eddie Russo breaks me? I think everyone breaks eventually. It's just a matter of finding the right pressure point. Then you don't know me. Because I've been pressured by the US government. By the Boxing Commission. By people who had real power. And I didn't break. I didn't bend. I didn't compromise. What makes you think a gangster from Boston can do what they couldn't? Vincent's smile faded. Because they had rules. I don't. They had limits. I don't. They had public scrutiny. I operate in shadows. I'm not the government, Mr. Ali. I'm something much more dangerous. I'm someone with nothing to lose. No, you got everything to lose. You bet wrong. You bet against me. And now you're scared because you realize you can't win. Not fair. So you're trying to cheat. But here's what you don't understand. I've been fighting cheaters my whole life. Boxing judges who score wrong. Promoters who steal. Reporters who lie. You're just another cheat. And I beat cheaters by being better. By being faster. By being inevitable. Ali turned to walk away. 48 hours, you said? Watch what I do with them. Mr. Ali, we're done talking. You made your threat. I heard it. I ain't scared. I ain't postponing. And Eddie Russo better not show up at my gym again. Because if he does, I'm going to the media. I'm going public. I'm telling everyone that the mob is trying to fix my fights. And then you can't touch me. Can't touch anyone. Because everyone's watching. Everyone knows. Your shadows disappear. Vincent's face went cold. You go public and you're making enemies you can't afford. I already got enemies I can't afford. What's one more? Ali walked back to his apartment. Didn't look back. Didn't show pain even though the rib was screaming. Behind him, Vincent stood by the Lincoln. Watching. Calculating. Understanding that Muhammad Ali was going to be a different kind of problem than most fighters. The kind that didn't scare. Didn't bend. Didn't break. The kind that made threats dangerous to the people making them. Miami, Florida. March 1973, the next morning. Ali called a press conference and no announcement. No warning. Just called every reporter he knew and said, 5th Street Gym. Noon. I got something to say. Come if you want truth. 30 reporters showed up. Cameras. Notepads. Curious. Hungry. Press conferences meant news. And news from Muhammad Ali meant front page. Ali stood in the ring. Angelo beside him. Looking nervous. Looking like he wanted to stop this but knew he couldn't. Thank you for coming. Ali started. I'm going to tell you a story. About a sparring partner named Eddie Russo. About a punch that cracked my rib. About a man named Vincent Casella who visited me last night. About threats. About intimidation. About the mob trying to fix my upcoming fight with Ken Norton. The reporters leaned in. This was bigger than front page. This was war. Ali told them everything. The accident in sparring. The x-ray. The cracked rib. The midnight visit. The $50,000. The threats about Eddie coming back. About the gym becoming dangerous. He held nothing back. Named names. Described faces. Made it all public. Now here's the thing, Ali continued. Vincent Casella thinks I'm going to postpone. Thinks I'm going to let my rib heal. Thinks I'm going to give him time to collect his bets on Norton. But I'm not. I'm fighting in 5 weeks. With a cracked rib. With pain. With the mob against me. Because that's what Muhammad Ali does. I fight. I don't run. I don't hide. I don't compromise. But what if they come after you again? A reporter shouted. Let them come. Because now everyone knows. Now it's public. Now every accident looks suspicious. Every injury looks intentional. They lose their power when they lose their shadows. And I just shined a light on all of it. What if they go after your family? Your friends? Ali's face went serious. Then this stops being about boxing and becomes about justice. Then I don't fight alone. Then I got the media watching. The police watching. The FBI watching. Because attempted murder of a heavyweight champion? That's federal. That's serious. That's prison time. And I don't think Vincent Casella wants that kind of attention. Another reporter. What about Norton? What about the fight? Norton's a warrior. Norton deserves a fair fight. And he's going to get one. I'm going to train through this pain. I'm going to get in that ring. And I'm going to show everyone that Muhammad Ali don't quit. Don't break. Don't bow to nobody. Not the government. Not the mob. Nobody. The press conference lasted an hour. By the afternoon, it was on every news channel. By evening, it was front page of every major newspaper. Ali accuses mob of fixing fights. Heavyweight champion threatened by gangsters. Ali vows to fight despite cracked rib and death threats. Vincent Casella's name was everywhere. Eddie Russo's face on the news. The story exploding. And in his office in Boston, Vincent Casella sat in silence. Watching the news. Watching his carefully controlled shadows evaporate in the light of media exposure. His phone rang. His associates, angry, demanding to know why their names were on television, why the FBI was asking questions, why everything was burning down. Vincent hung up, looked at the television, at Muhammad Ali speaking, defiant, unafraid, unmoved, and Vincent understood he'd made a mistake. A big mistake. He'd thought Ali was just a fighter, just an athlete, just someone who could be controlled with violence and money. But Ali was something else, something Vincent hadn't seen before. Ali was a revolutionary who'd learned that the best weapon against shadows was light, and he just turned the spotlight on point. 3 days later, Eddie Russo disappeared. Not dead, not arrested, just gone. Left Boston in the middle of the night. No forwarding address, no explanation. Vincent received a message through intermediaries. Your investment is lost. Walk away. Cut your losses. Don't make this worse. It was advice from people higher up the chain. People who understood that Muhammad Ali had made this too public, too exposed, too dangerous to continue. 1 week later, Angelo Dundee got a visitor at the gym. A lawyer, carrying documents, a settlement offer. My clients wish to apologize for any misunderstanding. They maintain no knowledge of threats against Mr. Ali. But in the interest of avoiding further conflict, they're willing to contribute $100,000 to Mr. Ali's charity of choice, as a gesture of goodwill. Angelo looked at the check. This is hush money. This is charity. Call it whatever you want. But the situation is resolved. No more Eddie Russo. No more threats. No more problems. My clients simply want this to go away. What about the bets? Already lost. They're eating those losses. Consider it the price of doing business with someone they underestimated. Angelo took the check. Muhammad's going to give this to his youth boxing program. Kids in Louisville who can't afford equipment. That's his choice. Just tell him we're done. This is over. No hard feelings. Just business that went bad. One more thing, Angelo said. Tell your clients. Muhammad Ali don't forget. And he don't forgive. But he do move on. This time. Only this time. The lawyer nodded. Left. And the war ended as quietly as it had started. 5 weeks later, Muhammad Ali fought Ken Norton with a cracked rib that had only partially healed, with pain that made every breath a negotiation, with the memory of threats and violence still fresh. And he won. Split decision. Controversial. Close. But he won. After the fight, reporters asked about the rib, about the pain, about fighting through adversity. Ali smiled. Pain is just fear leaving the body, and I ain't afraid of nothing. Not Norton, not cracked ribs, not mob bosses, not nobody, because I learned something these last 5 weeks. The only power anyone has over you is the power you give them. And I don't give nobody nothing. What about Vincent Casella? What about the threats? Vincent learned an expensive lesson. You can't threaten a man who's already lost everything and come back. I lost my title, lost my prime years, lost millions. I've been to the bottom, and I climbed back. So what's a cracked rib? What's a mob boss? What's one more obstacle? They're all just another opponent. And I beat them all. The ones in the ring and the ones outside it. That night, in his hotel room, Ali unwrapped his ribs, felt the pain, felt the damage, but also felt something else. Proof. Proof that integrity wasn't weakness, that courage wasn't stupidity, that standing for something cost you everything but gave you something more valuable. Your soul, intact, unbought, unbroken. 3 months later, Eddie Russo was found in Las Vegas, working construction, living quiet, trying to disappear. A reporter tracked him down, asked about Ali, about the rib, about Vincent Casella. Eddie said only one thing. I was paid to break a fighter. I broke a bone. But I couldn't break the man. Nobody can. That's why he's the greatest. And in Boston, Vincent Casella watched from the shadows he couldn't quite leave. Watched Muhammad Ali continue fighting, continue winning, continue being everything Vincent couldn't buy or break or control. And Vincent learned what Eddie learned, what everyone eventually learned. Some men are for sale. Some men are breakable. Muhammad Ali was neither, and that made him dangerous in ways violence never could be.